Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This is very strange, but at the same time, it really happened. Unbelievable. Right now, it's been said that an act was committed, a very horrible act committed by someone people would not even expect. He's a pastor of the United Evangelical Church who has been arrested by the Cross River State Police Command for allegedly being in possession of a human skull. And this guy, you can see there, he's 45 years old and he's called Michael, was arrested following a complaint from a concerned citizen on a threat to his life. He claimed that this particular pastor had threatened him, and so out of fear, he now had to go and report to the police, all for the police to find that this particular pastor allegedly was in possession of a human skull. And the commissioner of police in the state, that's Mr. Sikiru Akande, said that the suspect was arrested at his own home in Echo Street in Calabar South. And Akande had this to say: the suspect was arrested with one human skull tied with the complaint's picture and carved human image with red cloths. An investigation is still ongoing and the suspect will be arraigned in court. This is what the commissioner of police said, because that particular citizen who went to report said that he is scared for his life, that this pastor took his own picture and attached it to a human skull and now tied a red cloth around it. Guys, what is the meaning of this? If this is really true, because they are still saying allegedly, and if this is true, what is a pastor doing with a human skull? And why is someone's picture tied to the human skull with red clothes? Bassi, that's the pastor, denied being into any diabolical act. And the pastor said he had been conducting healing services for his congregation before he was arrested. But why he was arrested, definitely when they arrest anybody, they want to hear their own side of the story. Right now, the pastor is denying being involved with any form of evil activities, any form of diabolical activities, and claimed that he was actually carrying out deliverance when he was arrested. But on this same investigation, they had to question him. And these were his exact words, coming directly from the pastor. He said this: "I don't know anything about this human skull. I am innocent of the charges against me. My mother gave me Bible and garments as a young boy. Then I started helping people by liberating them from various curses and enchantments. I started by liberating my family, who always sacrificed their male children for the female ones to survive. I broke that covenant and I have been liberating people in Cross River and beyond. I am not a killer. I only help people. I am not a herbalist. I am a prophet. I was ordained at the church at Azikiwe Street, Calabar, by my spiritual father. After I liberate people, they come back and show appreciation. I am not a native doctor." So he is now trying to stand out to break any thoughts from the minds of people that he is a native doctor. Then where is the human skull coming from? What are you doing with that skull that was found in your own possession? I don't understand why sometimes some of those people who claim that they work for God, they carry out certain activities that you can't see those activities in the Bible. All right, now where is the human skull coming from? Who has the human skull? Was it planted in your church, or was it planted where they found it? He has got nothing to say regarding that human skull. He didn't even say he was set up or anything. All he's saying that he's not a herbalist. Then why is someone's picture tied to a skull with a red cloth around it? It's high time that people should come out and say the true self of whom they are or what they are actually worshipping. If this is true, that means this pastor is now following a different step other than the step he's preaching from the Bible. It's just that sometimes some people are carried away, or some people are even deceived, and then they are lured into dark places, and unknown to them that they are lured into dark places, and they think that they are actually worshipping God. Sometimes some of these people will even blindfold the minds and the eyes of people, and they can't see the true nature of whom they really are. The police would not just arrest him just like that. These things were found in his own custody. What are you doing with the human skull is what he's not even trying to explain. All he is saying is, I am not a native doctor, I am not diabolic. Okay, he's claiming that he was actually helping to deliver his family. He started the deliverance from his own family, who usually kill the male children for their female daughters to survive. Investigations will still be carried out to ascertain if what he is saying is actually true or not. Sometimes you see these things that happen like this scare people from even going to churches or from having to being part of certain religion, because some of those people don't come out to tell you what they are doing in secret. Some of them carry out diabolical dark magic or dark activities when people are not seeing them, and then they come out in the daytime and they portray a different picture about themselves and mislead congregation. If you are not serving God, come out rather than misleading people. The bad thing about this whole thing is you stay under the umbrella of God and you carry out horrible dark things that would mislead people into horrible places. Some people come to places of worship and they go back home, they're never the same anymore. Please, for those that are out there, if you know you're not really serving God, or you are not standing as a man of God or a woman of God, rather than misleading people, it's better you step down and go and do what you're good at. Then people will know that, okay, this person is not a leader in the house of God. Rather than hiding under the umbrella of serving God, yet deep down you know that you are into some other evil things that you can't come out in the open and display. What are you doing with a skull, and what are you doing with someone's picture tied around the skull with a red cloth? And he doesn't know anything about the human skull. Okay, so right now is he saying that the human skull was just planted there? And if you look critically, it's a picture of a lady that is tied to that human skull. You can look at the picture very well. So what's the lady's picture doing on that skull? You can't serve two masters at a time. Like I will repeat, if this is true, then it obviously means that this man is into diabolical means, and at the same time he will come out in the broad daylight and identify himself as a man of God. You are either on the side of the devil or you are either on the side of God. Even in the Bible it said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give to God what belongs to God. You can't just have two masters at the same time. You can't keep misleading people. You will come out in the broad daylight and lead people to God, and then behind you are dragging people's souls into your dark world or into whatever darkness you are into. People need to be very careful and be very prayerful at the same time, because you can never identify or say who is who except the person is caught red-handed. And in some situations, if some of them are not even caught red-handed, you can never say if this person is really serving God or not. That's why they say it's only God that knows those who are truly serving Him or worshiping Him in truth and in spirit. Let's say, for instance, that this is true. If this pastor wasn't caught, I'm sure no one would ever believe that he is into some dark activities. These days, would you say now people should go into churches and start searching, or into private closets where some of these people stay, and go and search to be sure that they are not into some diabolical means, at the same time coming out under the umbrella of Christ? It's so bad that people will use the name of God to do evil things and to carry out evil activities, all because they know that people are drawn to things of God. So you would use that as an opportunity to bring them to God, and deep down or behind, you are taking them into some dark places. Friends, what do you all think about this? Though, like I said, they said allegedly. If this eventually turns out to be true, looking at this pastor, he has a skull with him, and the lady's picture tied to the skull with a red cloth. What does this signify? Well, please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. But it's really scary because these days you can never identify the true person anymore. You can't identify who is really serving God and who is not. Except, like I said, the person is caught red-handed. So if they are not caught red-handed, they just keep on misleading people and then turning people's life into something else. Because sometimes you go back home, you wouldn't even know what's wrong with you. You'll be wondering what's really happening. Unknown to you that someone is back there using some people's destiny for different things, or they're back there doing some horrible black magic or dark activities. Unknown to those people that someone you think is out there serving God is behind what is happening to you. And that is why I said again, please be very prayerful. Pray as much as you can and allow God's protection upon you, and not any form or image to take over God's part in your own life. Because only God can identify those negative people. We can't see them. Some of these things are actually spiritual. You can't know them. It only takes the grace of God. And until they are caught red-handed, you will never even believe that certain people would get themselves involved into some kind of evil activities. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.